Hey, welcome to Pipe0. As you may have already seen on our website, we're completely redesigning the way you can enrich data programmatically. So if you're looking for email addresses, phone numbers, company descriptions, authoritative company names, or any other sort of information about people or companies, Pipe0 could be the right tool for you or your company. By default, we are AI first, have a great API, we process super fast and are fully stateless. And we're also much more affordable than conventional providers. In this video, I want to briefly go over some basic functionality of the dashboard, as well as the way our API works. One of the first things you'll see once you log into Pipe0 is that there are two modes. There's a sandbox mode where we can safely test our enrichments with test data, and there's a production mode that we can use to enrich live data. We also built a playground that should illustrate the way our API works. For this demonstration, I want to go straight into production mode and import a CSV file. We use pretty common company names here, but we can see that some of the information is in a wrong format, such as the email address as a string none. This is obviously a wrong format. Maybe this is something that someone typed into a CRM, and some data is missing entirely. So a great first task here would probably be to heal this missing data with an enrichment. Let's add an enrichment that adds the company website as well as the LinkedIn URL. Once we try to add this enrichment, we'll be asked to provide names or new names for the input and the output fields of this enrichment. Since we named our input data very cleverly here to match the data that the pipe expects, we don't have to configure anything and we can simply add the enrichment. You can see that this pipe was added and also overlaps with some of our input data. But this is probably not all the data we want. We likely want to chain another enrichment to this. So let's add the company overview enrichment. And this adds a lot of base information about a company. This adds a company description, the company industry, region, headcount, estimated revenue, and some other fields. This is looking pretty good. So let's run this enrichment. You can immediately see that the missing data is replaced by the running field and now with some live data. The enrichments are processed in parallel and you can see the data once it's coming in. You can see that we got company descriptions, the industry, the company region, headcount, estimated revenue, and some more data. Next, let's look at the actual API requests and response objects. To get an idea of how our API works, let's just run the data again and look at the request. For this, we run the data again, and then we open the request payload. At first glance, we can already see that the request payload looks very simple. We just have an input array, and this is the data we get from our CSV file. And then we have this array of pipes. And all that is in this array of pipes is just objects with pipe IDs. These objects can also contain additional configurations, but in its simplest form, you can simply send us an array of pipe IDs along with the data you want to enrich, and we will perform any enrichment we have in our catalog for as much data as you possibly have. And we will process everything in parallel and also do our best to fix and sanitize your existing data. And it's really that simple to enrich data in a completely stateless manner with Pipe0. Thanks for taking this tour with me today. I can't wait to see what you're building. And the last thing I want to show you is how to get help if you're ever stuck. We have the support section right on our dashboard. You can contact us via email, file a ticket, or if you like video calls, you can simply grab some time in my calendar and I'll be right there with you, helping you ASAP.